Hello, I'm here to demonstrate the HOUVA II system from National Biological Corporation. My presentation today will consist of three parts: design features, operation, and maintenance of this equipment. The HOUVA II system is solidly constructed of durable extruded aluminum sections. They are powder-coated with a scratch-resistant finish. The top is constructed of lightweight polyethylene plastic, which has vent openings to permit airflow. The HOUVA II UVA-UVB combination system I am demonstrating is equipped with 48 lamps, 36 UVA lamps, and 12 UVB lamps. National Biological Corporation manufactures a 48-lamp UVA unit only and an 18-lamp UVB unit only. For the purposes of the demonstration, today's video will pertain to the UVA-UVB combination units. However, my comments will relate to all three HOUVA II systems. Let's begin by taking a look at some of the interior design features for the HOUVA II system. The screens and the safety handrails are for the comfort and the safety of the patient. The wooden base houses the HOUVA II's unique perimeter flow ventilation system. This pulls cooler air from openings around the outside of the base to the interior of the unit, up and around the lamps, and across the patient. This maximizes comfort for the patient, which creates an evaporative cooling effect on the skin surface. Another design and safety feature found in the HOUVA II system is the PhotoSense exposure control. It provides automatic calculation for exact treatment times. This significantly reduces human error. This also utilizes an independent timing system for UVA and UVB therapy requirements. Just below the PhotoSense timers are the cumulative hour meters. These measure useful lamp life. There is a variable speed fan switch with which you can set the perimeter flow ventilation system to any desired airflow. This is a feature found only in the HOUVA II system. Just above the variable speed fan switch is a non-UV transmitting viewing window with which you can monitor the patient during treatment. To the right of the unit and near the top are two circuit breakers which control the power. Just below the circuit breakers is the power cord. The doors open and close easily, making contact with an interlocking magnetic strip. This is a safety feature found only in the HOUVA II system. Another unique design and safety feature of the HOUVA II system is the automatic door interlocking safety switch. When the doors are open more than 2 inches during any time for treatment, the lamps will automatically shut off and the timers will stop counting down. This prevents unnecessary UV exposure to the operator and makes recalculation of the remaining treatment time unnecessary. It is important to be able to easily distinguish between the UVA and the UVB lamps inside the unit. The UVB lamps are the center two lamps in each section and are clearly marked with red monogram labeling. The UVA lamps are the three lamps on either side of the UVB lamps, and they are clearly marked with black monogram labeling. The UVB lamp has a specifically designed base which makes it impossible to interchange it with a UVA lamp. This is a vital safety feature found in no other phototherapy system except the HOUVA II from National Biological Corporation and represents one of the most important features of our device. To operate the HOUVA II system, first you must power up the unit by turning on both circuit breakers. At this time, you will turn the keys to the lamp's on position on either the UVA timer or the UVB timer, at which time you will hear a distinct single beep. Following the instructions in your user's manual, you will depress the yellow button marked MWCM squared, and zeros will appear on the display window to the right side of the timer. If the key switch is turned to the lamp's off position, the device is disabled until the key is turned to the lamp's on position once again. This is a safety feature found only in the PhotoSense timer from National Biological Corporation. Precise meter readings of ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B radiation are necessary to determine accurate treatment procedures. The handheld UVA and UVB metering devices are included with every HOUVA II combination unit. They contain a probe which houses sensors which read the energy emitted by the lamps in the unit. For purposes of identification, the UVB meter is housed in a yellow case and the UVA meter is housed in a gray case. A metering bar is used to properly position the meter's probes inside the unit. The metering bar attaches to the right side of the interior handrail by means of snap clips. Mounted to the metering bar are two probe clips used for attaching the UVA and UVB metering probes to the bar. The probe clip at the end of the bar is positioned to measure UVA lamp output, and the second probe clip in the middle of the metering bar is positioned to measure UVB lamp output. UVA and UVB labels placed next to the probe clips easily identify the placement of the probe. A warm-up period of 5 minutes is necessary to allow the lamps to reach their normal operating temperature. This is also necessary for an accurate meter reading. This is normally done immediately before the first treatment of the day. First, you close the doors as I've shown you, and on the UVB timer, with the key turned to the lamp's on position, depress the gray button marked timer. Using the keys on the numbered keypad, entered 5 minutes on the timer by depressing the number 5 once and 0 twice. Turn the variable speed fan switch to the clockwise maximum setting and depress the green start button. The lamps will now come on and the unit is in the operational mode. The PhotoSense timer will automatically count the time down, shut the lamps off at the end of the 5-minute warm-up period. The PhotoSense timer will then emit 3 loud beeps as it reaches 0. Now you are ready to read the lamp output for the UVB lamps. Now open the doors to the HOUVA II unit. You will be placing the UVB metering probe in the center probe clip. Note that you will have to unwind the cord and trail it out of the unit as you step outside and hang the cord over the specially designed slot on the top left door. Then close both doors. To start the unit for UVB measurement, simply depress the gray timer button once again and using the keypad enter 1 minute on the timer by depressing the digit 1 and 0 twice. Then depress the green start button once again to turn the unit on. Now depress the red button on the UVB meter and hold it down until a stable reading is obtained. Write that reading down in an easily accessible chart maintained daily. The above warm-up procedure and measurement output must be repeated for the UVA lamps. If you choose, you may turn both sets of lamps on at the same time when warming up. But care must be taken to place the UVA metering probe in the probe clip marked UVA at the end of the metering bar. The proper dosage information is the last requirement before patient treatment. Dosage information is determined by the physician and prescribed in joules for UVA or PUVA and millijoules for UVB. The values for joules and millijoules represent the total energy the patient will receive, and it is the product of time and lamp output. The treatment procedure begins by entering into the UVA or UVB PhotoSense timer the readings obtained from the meter immediately following the warm-up period, as has just been demonstrated. Depress the topmost yellow button marked MWCM squared on the PhotoSense timer and enter the reading from the appropriate meter. Directly below the first yellow button on the timer is another yellow button marked dose. Depress the button marked dose and using the keypad enter the prescribed dosage. Now depress the button marked calculate and the exact treatment time in minutes and seconds will appear in the display window. The UVA and UVB PhotoSense timers have a high and low limitation. The maximum amount of treatment time that can be calculated on the UVA PhotoSense timer is 60 minutes. The maximum which can be calculated on the UVB PhotoSense timer is 30 minutes. If information is entered into either timer which exceeds these limitations, the timer will only show the maximum treatment time allowable. In practice, it is very rare that a treatment would be longer than the high-end allowable limits. Therefore, when these time values present themselves on the display, you should review your data entry to be certain that all information has been entered correctly. These limitations can be modified to a maximum time of 30 minutes on the UVA timer and a maximum of 15 minutes on the UVB timer. This modification is done by request and at the time of our installation of the device. Conversely, the low-end limitation is normally determined by low lamp output readings. If the UVA lamp output reading is below 7.0 milliwatts per centimeter square, or the UVB output reading is below 0.3 milliwatts per centimeter square, the timers will not calculate a treatment time. A series of dashes and a capital L will appear in the bottom display window. Low lamp output readings indicate that the HOUVA II system should be relamped. If an error is made entering information into the PhotoSense timers, refer to the instructions printed in boldface type just below the keypad. Follow these simple instructions to correct the timer settings. So far in this discussion, we have reviewed proper techniques for warm-up of the device, correct measurement of lamp output, entry of the information into the memory of the PhotoSense timer, and entry of dosage information into the timer as prescribed by the physician. When you're ready to begin patient treatment, be certain the patient is wearing the UV blocking goggles to protect their eyes. The goggles from National Biological Corporation are non-UV permeable so the patient can see out with virtually no distortion. Have the patient don the goggles and step into the center of the unit. Now, close the doors to the unit and you are ready to enter the information on the PhotoSense timer and begin treatment. Enter the appropriate information on the PhotoSense timer. That is, the readings from the lamp output, the dosage as prescribed by the physician, and calculate your correct treatment time. Turn the variable speed fan switch to the on position. Depress the green start button. The lamps will come on and the treatment will now commence. The patient can exit the booth during treatment at any time, and the automatic interlock switch will shut off the lamps and the timers will stop counting down if the doors are opened further than 2 inches. This will prevent unnecessary UV exposure to the operator. The patient then re-enters the cabinet and closes the doors. The lamps and the timers automatically restart and treatment will resume. At the end of the treatment day, the unit should be powered down. This is accomplished by turning the key switch to the lamp's off position. Removing the keys and turning the circuit breakers to the off position. The fluorescent lamps in the HOUVA II system, as all fluorescent lamps, have a useful life. The UVA lamps have a 400 to 600 hour effective useful life. The UVB lamps have a 150 to 200 hour effective useful life. Under normal conditions, the number of stops and starts will determine effective useful lamp life. The number of hours of effective useful light is automatically recorded on the cumulative hour meters located just below the PhotoSense timer. If the number of patients is large, it will be necessary to change the lamps more frequently. Before cleaning the unit, power the system down by turning the 2 circuit breakers to the off position. To clean the lamps and reflectors, first remove the screens from the unit. The screens are attached by 2 retaining clips on either side of the screen at its midpoint. Grasp the screen firmly near the retainer spring clip and pull toward you until the screen comes free. The end tips of the screens fit into specifically designed holes in the bottom and top socket plates. Now gently lift up on the screen and free the tips from the bottom socket plate. The screen should then be lowered and pulled away from the section. To reinstall the screen, simply reverse these steps. Notice the bottom screen tips have small rubber feet which hold the screen at a precise level when attached to the section. The lamps and reflectors are now ready for cleaning. You will know when the lamps need cleaning because a dirty lamp will feel oily to the touch and a clean lamp should squeak when rubbed with the fingers. Use only National Biological lamp and booth cleaner for lamps and reflectors. Other cleaners may leave a film on the lamps and reflectors, which over time will build up to a level that may reduce lamp output. To remove the lamps, firmly but gently grasp the lamp in the middle and push it up until the lamp stops. Then pull the bottom out until it is clear of the socket. Pull the lamp down and out of the section towards you. Spray the lamp with lamp and booth cleaner and gently wipe clean with a soft cloth. Once the lamp has been cleaned, store it in a safe spot. Repeat this process with the remaining lamps in the section. Once all the lamps in a section are removed and cleaned, spray the reflector with the lamp and booth cleaner and wipe clean. To reinstall the lamps, simply reverse the above steps. Make sure to gently twist each lamp from side to side to ensure proper seating in the lamp socket. The floor inside the unit should also be vacuumed at this time if it's necessary. All remaining surfaces can be wiped with a mild soap and water solution or a non-abrasive commercial cleaner. How often the HOUVA II system requires cleaning depends on the number of patients treated. The greater number of patients, the more often cleaning is necessary. The external vents around the base should be kept free of obstructions to allow the perimeter flow ventilation system to operate efficiently. All lamps, either fluorescent or incandescent, will burn out from time to time. If a lamp is out in any given section, except the door sections, follow these simple steps to determine the cause. First, power the unit down by turning the two circuit breakers to the off position. Secondly, remove the screen from that section. Third, remove and visually inspect the lamp and sockets. Fourth, switch the lamp with another of the same type from the section. Fifth, power up the unit by turning the two circuit breakers to the on positions, set the timer, and turn the key switches to the lamp on position. Sixth, if the lamp that was out now lights in the new position and the exchanged lamp does not light, call the NBC service department for assistance. Seventh, if the out lamp does not light in its new position and the exchange lamp does, then the out lamp has burned out and must be replaced. In order to maintain uniform body exposure, it is recommended to replace all lamps at the same time. Eighth, if a lamp is out in either door section, the operator must operate the unit with the doors open in order to view the out lamp and perform the necessary test procedures. To do this, the operator must wear eye protection and hold or tape the interlock switch closed while viewing the lamp section. Then follow the same procedures as we just discussed. For the meters, please handle the UVA and UVB monitors carefully. They are delicate measuring devices. They should be recalibrated annually. This calibration must be done at National Biological's testing laboratories, since the calibration can only be done in a controlled environment using data that is traceable to the National Bureau of Standards. Should you have any questions concerning any phase of our presentation, please review the videotape concerning the appropriate area and do not hesitate to call National Biological Corporation for further assistance. Protocols for ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B treatment regimens are available upon request. Also, a complete set of wiring diagrams is supplied with the HOUVA II system. National Biological provides a total support 5-year warranty on parts, excluding lamps, and a 3-year warranty on labor. Additionally, the HOUVA II system has been certified by the Canadian Standards Association. Replacement lamps and goggles can be ordered from National Biological by either telephone or facsimile. A complete parts list can be found in the back of your owner-operator's manual. Warranty cards for both the HOUVA II system and the UVA and UVB meters should be filled out completely and forwarded to National Biological Corporation as soon as possible so that we can maintain accurate device history and warranty information. The HOUVA II system is a state-of-the-art phototherapy device, employing the highest quality control components available. Although it is relatively simple to use and operate, only trained personnel should operate the device. Also, be certain that the HOUVA II is connected to a dedicated earth ground to protect the sensitive solid-state electronic components, as well as the patient and operator against electrical shock. And never allow the device to be used without a trained attendant present to monitor the patient at all times during treatment. Finally, do not forget to use the small handheld backup timer as a precaution against the potential of a component failure. By following the instructions in your owner's operator's manual and understanding the operation and maintenance procedures as we have reviewed them in this video, you and your staff will enjoy years of use from the HOUVA II system. Whenever questions regarding use or operation of the HOUVA II arise, call National Biological Corporation, the phototherapy experts, toll-free 1-800-338-5045. Our sales, service, and engineering staffs are available to serve all your phototherapy requirements.